Well, it's time to get your pet questions answered live.
The number to call is 270-9933. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Hospice Care joins us now.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello, hi, how are you guys?
Poppy's on vacation, I understand.
She deserves it.
Poppy. Right, she does. She works hard.
Well, good for her. All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Terry in Madison. Hi, Terry. What's your question?
Hi. My question is, I have a kitten who's 11 months old, a female, and after you pet her 2 or 3 times, she wants to nip at you, and I'd like to know what I can do about it.
Oh, okay. This is something that cats can do. Sometimes if they get overstimulated just from being pet and they can just start biting, I think the best thing to do is, if that ever happens, and maybe you're already doing this, just walk away, don't engage, so that she learns that it's not anything that's going to get her any more attention.
So it's just a behavioral thing.
It usually is a behavioral thing, and sometimes cats can grow out of it. It might just be a kitten thing. Sometimes it's something that you kind of learn to live with, and you kind of decide what their limits are and how long they'll let you pet them before they might do a little nipping.
And the same can go with puppies.
Yeah, definitely. I know
goldfish.
puppies too. Yeah, and especially too animals that are teething, and your kitten might still be getting her teeth in. So they're doing a lot of biting and just kind of figuring things out that way.
I know a lot of people like that. They want attention, but if you cross them, they will bite your head off. So.
Yeah.
So you changed your business platform a little bit.
I did. You know, I'm really kind of focusing on end-of-life care, which has always been a passion for me. So doing it in-home, so home euthanasia and kind of hospice care for animals. It's just something that I've always been drawn to. So I'm doing a bit more of that, and also doing regular vet work too, you know, just maybe about 50-50, I would say.
You know, how does that help an animal at the end of his or her life, and how does that help the family who's, you know, beginning their grieving process to have at-home care like that?
I think it makes such a big difference, because it's, you know, it's the hardest day that you will ever have with your pet. And anything that you can do to make that day a little bit better, a little bit less stressful, I think is important. And just the ability to be at home, so the pet is surrounded by their family in their comfortable environment where they can just be relaxed. I think that's absolutely a huge thing.
And probably the hardest thing is making that decision.
It really is. And you know, that's part of what I do too, is just kind of talking to people about, is it the time to make that decision? Or is there anything else that you can do? And things that you can look for in your pet so that you know that you are making the right decision, because it is a big one. And there's really no right or wrong answer. It all just kind of depends on, you know, pet owners knowing their pet and knowing what's changing and what might not get better, and when it is time to say goodbye.
Yeah, I've had to put 2 down, and they kind of let you know when it's time.
They really do. If you're kind of tuned in with your pet and you're watching, a lot of times you see the changes, and it might just be not eating as much, not playing as much, not engaging. But a lot of times too, it's just, you can just kind of see that look in their eye, that they're just kind of telling you, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
For sure.
You can see it in their eyes.
Well, we have another caller from Madison. Ellie, what's your question?
Yes, I have a little Chihuahua, and I bought her a Seresto small dog fleece and tick collar, and I'm just wondering if that's the best kind.
Well, I really like the Seresto collars. And the reason is it lasts for about 8 months. So you put it on in the springtime, you can take it off in the fall, and it works really well at preventing them from getting fleas, but especially against ticks. It's one of the best treatments that I found to prevent animals from getting ticks. So try it out this season and see what you think. There are a lot of alternatives out there, but I do like that Seresto collar.
Okay, good to know. Let's go to Donna in Reedsburg. Hi, Donna. What's your question?
Hi, I was wondering, I have a Papillon that has really bad allergies. She's on Aprico, but it doesn't seem to be helping her.
The Apical did not help?
Yeah.
No.
That's tough. You know, and Apoquel is probably one of the strongest medications that we have for dogs that have allergies. The other option would be something like a steroid, something like prednisone. And that was used quite often for dogs that had allergies before Apoquel came along. So one thing you might talk to your vet about increasing the dose of Apoquel, just seeing if there's any room to go up, or giving it twice a day versus once a day can sometimes make a difference. If it's still not helping, that would be the next thing I would think about would be a steroid.
Okay, you know, one of my dogs had bad allergies too, and it was before Apoquel came out.
Oh.
And then when it came out,
it used to be always, just prednisone, and I mean, it works really well. The only thing with prednisone is it does kind of suppress the immune system, so it's not something you want to use all the time, but definitely has its place.
and we're seeing more and more allergies, it seems, in animals.
Absolutely. Since when I first started, and that was about 12 years ago, practicing, I just feel like every year we're seeing more and more animals that have allergies. And I don't know why, if it's immune system related or if it's something in the environment that's changing. And it could be a number of different things.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're out of time. We have some calls waiting, but we'll have to get to them next time. Carrie,
Okay.
good to see you again.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks so much.
All right. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.